Hello there, welcome to CoreTV Midday News. I'm Gift Ogete. The Senate has slated the screening of 4 ministerial nominees, including former Minister of State for Defense Musili Obanikoro today. Her screening was deferred till this week, along with that of Hawa Lawan, Kenneth Kubani and Senator Joe Ikenya, as a result of stiff opposition from senators representing the All Progressives Congress. This was to ensure more lobbying after APC senators shunned all entreaties to give Obanikoro a soft landing as a former senator. Former federal lawmaker nominated for cabinet positions are usually given the bar and gold treatment, but the opposition is bent on stalling the former minister's nomination because of his role in alleged rigging of a Ekiti governorship election. The confirmation hearing in the Senate commences at 11 a.m. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says 80.61% of registered voters have picked their permanent voter cards across the country as at Monday, March 9th. Figures released by the INEC spokesman, Kaudi Dewu, in Abuja showed that 55,490,031 eligible voters have collected their PVCs. The Commission also confirmed that it has delivered all 68 million cards nationwide. A close look at the statistics indicates that Zamfara State has recorded a 95.97% rate of PVC collection, followed by Jigawa with 95.91% and Gombe with 95.50%. The figure from Lagos State shows that 64.64% of voters have collected their cards, while the FCT has 64.17%. The only state with less than a 50% PVC collection is Ogun State, where only 47.53% of the cards have been collected by eligible voters. The Independent National Electoral Commission has rated itself high in the field test of smart card readers in 12 states. INEC specifically said it fully achieved its objective of verifying permanent voter cards presented by voters at the polling unit where the mock trials were conducted. It also said in a statement issued by Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman, Kaide Dowu, that 59% of voters who turned up had their fingerprints successfully authenticated. INEC, however, noted that it would be investigating the cause of the failure of the card readers to verify PVCs, especially in Ebonyi State. It has also decided to repeat the exercise in 2 registration areas in the state on March 14th. The Akwa Ibom State Governor and Chairman PDP Governors Forum has debunked rumors making the rounds that the People's Democratic Party is afraid of the electronic card reader being used in the general elections. Akpabio states emphatically that his party is not afraid of the use of electronic cards during the polls, but rather seeks that no Nigerian is disenfranchised based on the shortcomings of the card readers.
The continued quest of the PDP-led federal government for free, fair, and credible elections has not been in doubt, as witnessed in its robust support through adequate and sustained funding, and indeed the free hand given to INEC to operate. But surprisingly, in our opinion, INEC appears ill-prepared for the 2015 elections. For example, at the time the polls were shifted, due to security concerns, over 23 million registered voters were yet to collect their PVCs. And if you know there are countries with just 3 million population, 23 million will amount to disenfranchising more than 5 West African countries in their own election. It will be recalled also that even the INEC chairman himself admitted on the floor of the Senate that over 1 million permanent voters' cards are yet to be printed in faraway China. According to the INEC chairman, the postponement was a blessing in disguise of PVC, even when the person has a TVC, owing to no personal fault. Either the card had not been printed, or that the card reader did not recognize the thumbprint, or because the card reader is faulty, or that the battery has died and they don't have electricity in that area to charge the car reader. We don't want any Nigerian to be disenfranchised. And we are pleading also that the election should not be shifted again. The PDP governors are saying we should not shift election again, because the impression was being created as if we were not ready for election, even when we know that anytime the elections are held, we'll sweep the polls, because this is the only truly national party that does not belong to any Nigerian. It's the truth. We won election on 28th of March, but we don't want any Nigerian to be disenfranchised.
A civil society group, Youth Initiative for Advocacy, Growth and Advancement, YAGA, says the mock test of card readers held in 12 states last Saturday was a huge success. This, it says, sums up the report of 195 observers and deployed to 12 registration areas where the field test of the card readers were held. Spokesman for the group, Samson Itodo, however, noted that in spite of the success of the exercise, there are challenges that INEC needs to address before the general elections. He wants the electoral body to provide an alternative way of transmitting accreditation data from the polling unit to its central server in case the network service fails on election day.
Observed. This was not the case in Egwagwada ward, for instance, in Niger State, where the card reader batteries were about 45 to 50% charged as at the time of commencement. Some polling units in Izu Unuhu ward in Ebonyi State also recorded cases of 45 to 50% battery power level. Extra batteries or backup batteries were not deployed to most polling units. Only 3% of polling units had extra batteries according to field reports. However, the battery of the card reader deployed to PU 008 in Angwan Habu, Nasarawa State, failed to perform optimally. An incident occurred in Bubugaje Primary School, PU 08, that's in Kano State, where the card reader failed to verify several PVCs as at 12 noon. But the polling official had to restart or rebooted the system, and the machine picked up and they proceeded, or they continued with the verification exercise.
The governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress in Lagos, Akinwumi Ambode, says the PDP is no match for the APC. He made this assertion at the party's governorship campaign rally in Etiosa, where he assured residents of Etiosa of the completion of projects and development of the local government. It's CoreTV Midday News. We'll take a break. Stay with us.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digi360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back to our Midday News. It's CoreTV News. Now, do not forget that for more information, you can always catch us on our social media platforms, facebook.com/CoreTV News, Twitter at CoreTV News NG, and on YouTube, it's youtube.com/CoreTV Space News. The All Progressives Congress in Ekiti State has berated the state governor Ayodele Fayose for tagging its presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari a liar. The party made this criticism while reacting to media reports where Fayose castigated Buhari as incompetent to contest election. The State Publicity Secretary of the party, Taiwo Latumbosun, says the governor's action gave him away as unconscionable character who ought to hide his face in shame over his sundry activities that marked him out as a tragedy on the question of integrity. According to him, Fayose is not competent to question any Nigerian over issues relating to integrity, describing Fayose as a rare breed with no sense of shame. The APC spokesman says the governor had a baggage of alleged crimes on his neck from which he had not exonerated himself. He advised Fayose to start thinking of how to plan a life after paying for his alleged crimes, noting that Buhari's presidency was a reality that could not be stopped by Fayose's frustrating tantrums. The All Progressives Congress has expressed concern over what it described as a morbid joke cracked by the Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido at the gathering of governors of the People's Democratic Party in Lagos. The governor had noted that all it takes to cripple the activities of the opposition party is to kidnap two of its national leaders. But spokesman for APC presidential campaign team Garba Shehu said at a news conference in Abuja that the party is not taking the matter lightly. This, he says, is because kidnapping is not an issue you crack jokes with.
I want to consider what Governor of Jigawa, Sule Lamido, said as maybe some kind of morbid joke. And I hope that it didn't come from his heart, it didn't come from any seriousness. Otherwise, at a time when kidnapping is a very serious plague nationwide, I think that it is terribly, terribly in bad taste that a governor would stand before television camera and announce that to break the APC, all they needed to do is to kidnap two APC leaders and that the party will be broken. I think that the party, given all of the things we're seeing, you know, Fanika, all of this press conference in Umuahia and the language in which it's like people are not conscious, they are not aware that Nigerians have sensitivities that need to be respected. Otherwise, people shouldn't just ride roughshod over the emotions of the people of this country. For us in APC, in the presidential campaign, kidnapping is a serious, for all of us, it's a serious threat to this country. And it is not a matter that people should be joking about.
President Goodluck Jonathan has appointed Ishaya Dare Akawu as the new chairman of the Subsidy Reimbursement and Empowerment Program, SHOPE. A presidency statement indicates that Akawu would immediately replace retired General Martin Luther Agwai, who until Tuesday was the SHOPE chairman. It was, however, silent on whether the former chief of the defense staff left voluntarily or was asked to go. The new SHOPE chairman hails from Jema local government area of Kaduna State and holds bachelor's degrees in arts and law. The presidency describes him as a high-level administrator in the nation's public service whose record of service includes tenures as chairman of the Kaduna State Universal Education Board and chairman of the National Assembly Service Commission. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is to arraign our former senior special advisor on Millennium Development Goals to Bukola Saraki, ex-governor and incumbent commissioner for Information in Kwara State, Prince Olatunji Moronfoye, for offences bordering on abuse of office, awarding contracts to his cronies, embezzlement, diversion of public funds and money laundering. He is to be docked on March 19th before Federal High Court in Ilorin, Kwara State, alongside Okpe Saraki, a cousin of the former governor and senior special advisor on Millennium Development Goals to former Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed. Morofonye is alleged to have used his position as a senior special advisor to the former governor to enrich himself. EFCC specifically accused him of awarding contract of over 200 million naira for the renovation of Ijabu Primary Health Center and the supply of medical equipment to health centers and specialist hospitals within the state, to a company in which he has interest and was sole signatory to the account. Saraki is also alleged to have abused his office and laundered state funds for his personal benefit by awarding inflated contracts to companies owned by his cronies, in one of the transactions involving the purchase of ambulance buses for hospitals in the state. A federal high court in Benin City, Edo State, has for the third time failed to deliver its ruling in the case of money laundering involving Michael Igbenedion, Patrick Igbenedion, and their 4 companies. Michael Igbenedion, who was the younger brother of Lucky Igbenedion, former Edo State governor, standing trial alongside the others on an 1881-count charge filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Justice J. Lehman, who apologized for the several adjournments, said ruling on the matter will now be made on April 17th. He explained that the first adjournment was due to the protracted judiciary strike that ended in February, while the second was as a result of his ill health. Justice Lehman, however, promised that this will be the last adjournment. But before the adjournment, Abubakar Samudin and Omosede Igbenedion, holding brief for Ricky Tafa and Mike Ezekome, readapted their written addresses, which were first adopted on November 14th. Counsel to the FCC also readapted their written address. Eyewitnesses say no fewer than 12 persons have been killed in a fresh suicide attack on Monday market in Maiduguri. The source say 12 persons were also injured in the bomb blast and had been taken to a hospital in the state's capital for treatment. The explosion was said to have occurred from a planted bomb at the crowded market at about 4:30 p.m., causing pandemonium in the market. Monday market has witnessed about 5 explosions since the turn of 2015. Aside the latest attack, the same market was attacked on Saturday alongside another market and a motor park. Borno State Commissioner of Police Clement Adoda confirms the attack but did not give the casualty figure. Doctors in Lagos State have threatened to embark on an indefinite strike on Monday. In a statement signed by the chairman of the Medical Guild, B. Kufo, the industrial action was precipitated by non-payment of their May 2012 as well as August-September 2014 salaries by the state government. The doctors had embarked on a 3-day warning strike in February to protest the non-payment of their wages. Kufo says the Guild is bewildered that the administration ignored all their efforts to resolve the matter without a strike and only invited them to talk when they threatened a strike. The salaries of the doctors will be held under the no work, no pay policy of the state government after it joined its parent body, the NMA, on a nationwide strike last July to protest issues of relativity and other federal appointment in the health sector. The Guild accused the state government of operating a discriminatory policy as the salaries of other members of the joint health sector unions and the state who had embarked on strike between November and January were paid. It's CoreTV Midday News. We'll take another break. Please stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. Now we'll go outside Nigeria. The U.S. ambassador to South Korea said on Tuesday he plans to maintain his open, approachable style despite being slashed by a knife-wielding Korean nationalist 5 days ago, causing him wounds that required 80 stitches in his face. Limpert had quickly become known for his informal demeanor since becoming ambassador in November, but last week's attack raised questions about his security arrangements. Police are seeking to bring charges, including attempted murder, against Kim Ki-jong, 55, for the attack at the forum discussing Korean unification. Limpert suffered a puncture wound on his wrist as well as the facial gash.
Is that
Said
this
he was
incident
feeling
has only
well.
strengthened our love and affection for this country and our belief in the unbreakable bond that exists between the United States and the Republic of Korea. You know, I feel pretty darn good, all things considered. I mean, it was obviously a scary incident, but I'm walking, talking, holding my baby, you know, hugging my wife. So I just feel real in soul. I also want to say how deeply moved Robin and I have been by the outpouring of support from Koreans from all walks of life. It's been incredibly gratifying for me and my family to see such beautiful expressions of empathy and generosity from the Korean people. The signs, offers of food, flowers, cards, and the well-wishers on Twitter, Facebook, and our blog, these and other acts of kindness have touched us deeply.
That's CoreTV Midday News. Thank you for watching. Please join us at 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. I am Gift Olgete.